You think that Q1 in 20 next year, you think the bottom is gonna be around maybe January to March?
So what's the question? If the Q1, Q2 is going to be good or bad, or
Is it gonna be the? You think the bottom in the market will be in Q1 or around that?
I think it's going to be coming earlier, to be honest. So there's a lot of funds and overall hedge funds VCs. They gathered a lot of money last year, and they're still gathering a lot of money. They need to start investing that money because the terms what usually these funds have, it's for usually 5 years of carry, which means that first year will be locked funds, and after that they can't really touch the money and they need to invest it. So let's see. I think next month, next quarter 4 will be very interesting towards December, and then on January itself, let's see what will happen. But yeah, I wouldn't be so doomed with the economy at the moment. Things are how they are. Real world assets are the king at the moment, so good to diversify there.
어, 어콰이어파이 파이어사이드라고 CEO랑 채팅하는 시간입니다.
Is here. Welcome people who didn't join last time. My name is Jan. I'm the CEO of Acquire.Fi, and I think we can start this fireside chat now with Philip here.
Sure. Yeah. I'll just roll through a nice little intro. Just hello to everyone, of course, and thanks for joining us in another Acquire.Fi fireside chat. I hope everyone's doing well, and we all appreciate you everyone taking time out of their day to join us here. We're hosting these fireside chats twice a week, leading up to our Acquire.Fi token and platform launch. The goal is to bring the Acquire.Fi team members onto the stage to talk about the project updates and events, and then to open the floor to you, the community, to ask your questions and for us to also get to know you better. So as we're speaking, or if you're holding on to any questions, feel free to share them in our Telegram channel to post them there in the chat, or just hold on to them when we open the floor for questions. Jan did his little intro, but my name is Philip. I'm Acquire.Fi's community manager. Today, we're just going to have Jan, Acquire.Fi's CEO. And yeah, Jan, you said your little hello. I just want to mention that you spoke with the community last Friday, which was only 3 or so days ago. But since then, we had some recent partnership, community event, and roadmap announcements. But before we get into that, for those that are new here and are joining us for the first time, can you provide a short overview of what Acquire.Fi is and what we can expect in the coming weeks?
Yeah, for sure. And nice to have you guys all here listening. So my name is Jan. I'm the CEO of Acquire.Fi. I've been in space for more than, I think, from 2011. I had 2 very well-known startups, and now this is my 3rd startup that I'm building. Acquire.Fi, in a nutshell, is an ecosystem where founders of Web3 companies can exit their startups. Retail people like you and me can invest in real world assets with the help of a crowdfunding platform. And then we have VCs, institutions, and other, let's say, hedge funds that can come in and also invest in these different Web3.
지금 기본적인 어콰이어파이의 백그라운드 설명이랑 CEO 얘기를 할 건데 어콰이어파이 내용을 아시면은 마지막에 제가 좀 정리해서 얘기해 볼게요.
I think that's a good introduction what we do.
Yeah, I agree. Good. Yeah.
I'm trying to get better at that.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, well, muted.
I just muted them.
It's been 3 days last time we spoke, Philip. I think that has been happening quite a lot. Like I said before on the previous Fireside chat, we have a lot of partnerships coming up, and one of them now was officially announced. That's with Yield Labs. I think we have Kevin here, the CEO of Yield Labs, also here. Maybe he can comment also on the partnership side, but we are very happy that Yield Labs was one of the earliest investors in us. They've been very kind and very helpful with guiding us with different things. And I think their community itself is a very entrepreneur-minded, and they're very passionate about real-world assets and also diversifying their assets into different real-world assets. Yeah, I think Kevin, if you are here, you want to talk about that. I'm happy to let you talk a little bit, but super stoked and excited.
Yeah, it's a really exciting announcement. Yeah, we'd love to learn a bit about sort of what value that partnership brings to Acquire.Fi. So if Kevin's available to speak, but otherwise, Jan, you did touch on what the partnership is bringing.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
A little bit. You're very faint.
Is that a little bit better?
A little bit, yes. Yep.
Yeah. Sorry. Let me just give me a couple of minutes. I'll just move to a better location, and then I can add a few comments.
Okay, no worries. I think in the meantime, a lot of people are still asking like when are we launching and so forth. We're still aiming for the end of the month. On the M&A side, we're still getting between 2 to 3 different projects onboarded a week or applied a week, which is fantastic. We have new buyers also coming in. And I think what we will see once we launch and eventually later this year, is that a lot of venture studios, they basically want to buy a lot of different companies at the moment. It's definitely a buyer's market, and we can see some more action coming to our platform. On the real world asset side and on the investment pool side, we're constantly scouting for new investment opportunities. I'm pretty stoked about what we can offer once we launch. And once we launch, let's say 2 or 3 weeks from when we launch, we will have even more investment pools and, let's say, collectibles that you guys can invest in. Yeah, I'm very stoked about that, and I'm here to answer any question you guys have after we given you guys a little update about the partnership with Yield Labs, and Kevin can talk about that a little bit.
Yeah,
No, Kevin.
While we wait for Kevin just to sort out his.
Sound better now?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
A little bit.
Yeah, sorry. Let me just log in from my laptop. I don't know what's going on with this phone. Just give me 1 minute. I'll log into the laptop and then I'll make a comment.
Sure.
Okay, no worries. I'll give some updates about. There's some questions about whitelists. There's some questions about C, and
let's
just
jump
want
into a whitelist question. Sorry, Jan. Yeah, I'll just quickly frame that just for those who aren't aware. Yeah, we've had a whitelist open for the past few months for our private token sale. There's 2 questions in regard to this that are common in the community. First is, how much longer will the whitelist application be open for? And then for those that missed out on the whitelist, how can they get their hands on ACQ tokens at launch?
Yeah, on the first question, I think in the end of next week, we will close it. And then after that, you guys can partner up or buy the token through our launch pads that we're going to be partnering up with. We have around 4 to 5 that we're aiming for. And then if you miss those, you can then buy it from the open market once we list on an exchange and also go on a decentralized exchange.
When is it going on the exchange?
We're aiming for in the end of the month during our TGE.
I think that should be better now, Jan. If you can hear me
now.
now.
Awesome.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what's wrong with that phone. It's not working properly. But yeah, thanks for just the invite, and yeah, just a bit of color on kind of what we've we've been doing. My name's Kevin. I've been in crypto since like 2017. I guess most of my work has been around kind of yield on digital assets in various functions, and over the years, CeFi, DeFi, and I guess it's always been the case for me where I've kind of looked at the mergers and acquisition space as kind of, even from early on, I was kind of thinking about it and kind of like, how's that going to develop? And then I met Jan along the way on the yield adventure, and he was building out some infrastructure and companies there. And basically, yeah, he mentioned this Acquire.Fi, so it piqued my my interest, and I've met most of the team. I've hung out with Jan personally a few times, so yeah, I think what's been built here is great, and we're happy to support. And yeah, there's some yielding opportunities in there too, so I think it's a good synergy, and we're very happy with kind of what was promised, and the progress, and how the team's been built out, and the work rate, and yeah, we watch it closely. A little bit of advice given as well, but we're super excited just to kind of join the adventure and to use the platform eventually. That'll be great when it launches.
Thank you, Kevin. Kevin, do you think you will invest in Rolex watches?
That's it. Yeah, so Rolex, we definitely touched on, as Jan said, on kind of diversifying. I guess kind of towards the end of that last market cycle, we were very spooked, probably from, well, me especially, after the first 65K top. I didn't believe that the market was going to go higher. I was completely surprised. I didn't trade against the trend or anything. I went with it, but I didn't think we'd break out of 65 again. We did slightly and then drop back down. So we were heavily diversifying out of crypto with any yield that was generated into real world assets. We started conversations like that. So we were always looking at different ways to diversify, and yeah, obviously watches and went on a crazy run at the same time. So we had a lot of discussion about that. And yeah, that's come crashing down as well, but it's come crashing down probably 25%, 30% rather than 100%, which sometimes happens with crypto assets when as we've just seen with several companies and protocols. So yeah, it was this is another opportunity to kind of diversify a different way, and create passive income a different way. So yeah, it was everything's corrected heavily, but real world assets are still in your hand, I guess. So not totally wrecked if you've managed to accumulate some of those along the way.
Yeah, I think something. Oh, I can hear myself double.
No, it's all good this side. Like, we'll just single coming through.
Okay, one sec. Sorry, Kevin, I muted you. I could hear myself. But I agree with Kevin. Like, you have to diversify into real world assets. If you're only in crypto, it's not going to help you in the long run. Something I actually, when we met with Kevin, I met also Ken during that time, and basically these two guys has been teaching me a lot about watches and what to buy. And I think watches overall, if you look at the 5-10 year period, they will go up. So I think having those, especially as in our first pools, would be something fantastic. But yeah, like Kevin is absolutely right. You should be diversifying as much as possible. Lucky enough, I did buy some real world assets on the top, so that's good. Yeah, I will allow Kevin to speak a little bit more on that. But
yeah, I did it just personally out of just interest. I like some of those timepieces, and I like the category, and it's a crazy business model there as well. So I just kind of got into it. I started trading a long time ago. I tried for a few months to be a dealer. That was a really good experience, and then I kind of just realized crypto is 100 times easier and less dangerous in terms of security and different things. So yeah, it was something that I got into, and I really enjoy. And I think it's good. It's kind of like fractional wealth as well, because if you've got, like, let's say 100,000 and you put it into 6 or 7 pieces and you need some money, you can liquidate that way. The liquidity is quite high as well on certain pieces, but you have to kind of know what you're buying. And I guess it goes for all different asset classes. I know people have been doing trainers, handbags, property. So yeah, we definitely talked a lot about. I was a bit of a broken record. We definitely we didn't get everything right in the last cycle. We got a lot right and some things really wrong at the 99th minute of extra time with a Luna and Anchor and UST. But you know, these mistakes happen, and it's all about owning the mistakes and, like say, setting the portfolio up so that even if the worst case happened, and that's what did happen, we didn't get totally wiped out the game, and we're fine. Obviously, passive income got a dent because there just really wasn't many places that were safe towards the end to generate those yields, as we saw one after another just collapsing like dominoes. But yeah, if you were structured properly, if you'd not been too greedy, if you'd have taken things off the table, hadn't gone for the moonshot, then we all ended up with, you know, half decent lives and portfolios of and wealth structured across many different asset classes. And I know I met Ken in Dubai, and I've listened to a few things he's saying, and it was nice to meet someone who thought exactly the same way with gold and everything else that he's been doing. So yeah, it's cool. It's kind of just made sense that you were some of the first guys that I met that were actually doing that stuff. And it's really hard when you're in crypto to do that, because you know that keeping the money on the table could potentially double tomorrow, and you sometimes have to get good at losing money and leaving money on the table just to make that safety step. So yeah, we had a lot of conversations about this stuff in our community. We haven't had too many calls recently just because I've been so busy with some property I've been developing and different things. But yeah, it's all good, and happy to have those discussions anytime.
Perfect. No, I'm really glad that Kevin, Yield Labs was one of our first backers, and also like what you guys can bring in to the Acquire.Fi community is definitely more yielding opportunities, and also some that knowledge that you guys know about watches and other real world assets. I actually had an interview today with Toby, and we had this idea that we would look for musical instruments that were legendary pieces, and those could have some good value. But let's see, like, these are all ideas that could eventually become true. Like, why not? Collectibles are very, very lucrative because the asset itself will grow because it's so unique. Like, it's very exclusive. So you could think about like buying a exclusive guitar that was played by AC/DC or something else. And if you can crowdfund that and own it together and hold it for, let's say, from 1 to 5 years, I mean, everybody's gonna be happy. Like, and that's the end goal. Like, if we can get you guys, the community itself, to invest together and bring us also ideas where to invest, that's like the end goal. And that's what I personally hope from this platform a lot. But yeah, Kevin, I'm very glad that Yield Labs is here and you guys are supporting us, and I'm very excited what we can do together in the future.
Yeah, it should be good. You put a good team together and you've run it very well. I think I'm a friend of yours, I guess, that co-investing with you on this a little bit, and as well, I'm kind of watching you from a performance standpoint. So there's kind of 3 or 4 fronts really. So yeah, I've definitely been watching what you're doing just from a kind of just to see what moves you make as the CEO, and everything you seem to have done so far the team seems motivated, and they're pushing, which is exactly what you need to succeed. So no red flags noticed from my side as an investor. So, you know, congratulations to you and everybody so far, and let's see how you get on with the launch. It'll be good to watch.
Thank you, Kevin. Philip, on your side, what's on the line?
Just firstly, Kevin, thanks for jumping in. It's nice to meet you, and for the community to meet you as well. I do want to say a number of us were really excited to learn about this partnership. So it's great to see that the enthusiasm is mutual.
Cool. AWOL recently, just life has taken over, but yeah, I'm here, and I'm watching even if I'm not talking. So yeah, nice to meet you, Philip.
Awesome. Yeah, and Jan, we'll continue down the line. just addressing some of the questions that popped up in the community from a number of members. So we were, before Kevin jumped in, we were just briefly going over the whitelist. So in line with that topic, KYC is a discussion in the community. For those that were whitelisted, the next step will be the KYC process. Are you able to provide an overview of when this will happen and what everyone should expect the process to be like?
Yeah, for sure. So I think during end of this week, we'll start KYCing some of you guys already. And then during next weeks, we'll start sending KYC links. We do have Substance, which is our KYC provider, and they're basically helping out with this process. But it's pretty straightforward. We'll send a link, and from that link, you guys can basically do your KYC and go forward.
Yeah, and just from the community support side, we have Diamond and myself, as well as other team members to help to guide any of you if you're encountering any problems. But we're fully here to streamline this process up until token launch. And Jan, we have another interesting question. I'm not sure how it will relate to Acquire.Fi, so it's pretty interesting if we can discuss it. A question came in from a community member about the upcoming Ethereum merge. And for those of us who are not the most tech savvy, including myself, will the merge have any impact on ACQ token, being an ERC20 token? Will it have any impact on its utility or functionality?
No, it will not. It's basically just a copy. Like merge is not that big of a deal. The only thing that is changing is the proof of work from proof of work to proof of stake, and I think it will support whatever chain will be the one that people use. So there's no technicalities or any other functionalities that will change. Maybe there will be a new ERC, I don't know, new ERC NFT that will come out that could benefit the community, but let's see. It's too early to talk.
Yeah, exactly. And the merge, what, is a day and a half from now, and that's still well ahead of our launch. It gives us plenty of time to foresee any issues that may arise, if any. Great. I would also like to bring up a community event that we currently have ongoing, and it's our Acquire.Fi community bounty hunt. Just in short, we're rewarding ACQ tokens to community members who spread the word about Acquire.Fi. Just today, for example, our Acquire.Fi superstar gem posted a Twitter thread about the Acquire.Fi project, for which the reward was 250 ACQ tokens. And I'll just quickly post the link for her thread. And I welcome everyone to like and retweet it on Twitter. But essentially, it's just very simple tasks that many of you are already doing that you can now earn rewards for. So I invite everyone to participate, and after the event, we'll post the link to the event details, and everyone can apply, and we'll accommodate everyone and help you participate and spread the word about Acquire.Fi. So let me just throw the link into the chat.
What sort of reward do we get?
Sorry, say that again. You're very faint.
What sort of rewards do we get?
ACQ tokens. So for specific social activity tasks, such as creating a Twitter thread or Reddit posts, articles, there's a bounty reward in the form of ACQ tokens.
Just like the one that Gem has just recently done.
For that one, 250 ACQ tokens.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Yep, no worries. Let me just throw the link in. Jan, any comments on that in our community and how they can help us reach out to their networks and spread the word of Acquire.Fi?
I think overall, we will have a lot of KOLs and influencers starting to talk about us. I'm going to be in a lot of different podcasters. I'm going to be a lot of in different AMAs. Whatever you guys can help to distribute that news, those AMAs, those whatever you can find useful, that would be very, very nice from everyone here. If I can support you guys somehow in that, let us know, DM me. And I think overall, like, hey, let's get this community fired up and let's get rolling. For the past 2 weeks ahead are going to be very, very tough, but very, very also lucrative. A lot of stuff happening in behind the scenes, so very exciting.
I have a question about AMA from the bounty program.
Sure.
Do you also considering having a real-time translation AMA, like having a middleman translator? So like Philly or Jen comes to the community with me and having a translating AMA. So it's gonna take a little more time than like this English only, but are you also considering about that?
No, for sure. I think we're very open to whatever ideas the community has. If we need to translate these AMAs, of course, the better reach, the better.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Reach out, DM me, reach out to me, and we'll set something up. Yeah, any initiative we're open and welcome to, and willing to accommodate support regardless of what it is, and provide rewards for that.
Yeah, got it.
Last week when we had that thing, sorry, have you finished?
Sorry, it's too low. Who was it?
Have you finished before I ask my question?
I think he's just asking if he's okay to speak. But yeah, Raj, I think you're good to go. Go ahead.
All right. Last week when we talked about the that thing in Scotland, the schools in Scotland, I didn't quite understand it. So after the event, I was just wondering about it. Can you just quickly go over it for me? Because I got myself a bit confused as to what we were doing. I got the tokenization of it, but are we buying in as 20% of this school thing immediate with somebody else, or is it something else?
Yeah, I can answer that. So we have different investment pools. The idea with these investment pools is to basically invest in different assets. Our first asset is going to be an equity deal, and this first equity deal is going to be a school. Hopefully, when we launch, we'll have other school also, but we will buy basically a 10% equity out of the school, and that 10% will be then you can either cash it out at some point after 3 to 5 years, or you can get yield on your investment on that school. The school itself, we will put it in public. We'll basically, once the platform is live and on beta, people can log in, they can see this investment pool, and inside of the investment pool, you can see all the information about the schools and why are we investing in it. And if you decide to participate, you can invest, and you will basically get a equity of that 10%. The higher tier you have with ACQ tokens, the more allocation you will get. And the goal is to basically have a $250,000 to $285,000 pool, and that will basically cover the 10% that we're buying out of the school. And when you invest, and let's say you invest $1,000, you will get $1,000 bucks worth of equity, and that equity will be then in the form of NFT. It will come to your dashboard, and eventually you can also withdraw that NFT to your ERC20 wallet. And maybe you want to trade it, or maybe you just want to keep it, but it's up to you what you do with it. The goal is to have 3 different pools when we start on the MVP or the beta. One of them will be this pool. Hopefully one of them will be a watch pool. So there will be different watches that we're aiming to buy. And then the third one will be either maybe diamonds or gold coins. I hope this makes sense for everyone. Right, I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, you did.
But the idea eventually is... Sorry, I can hear myself again. The idea eventually is that we will have different investment pools, different investment opportunities, and we can all pool together into these different investment pool opportunities. And with the help of that, we can go for much more exclusive items, because usually these exclusive items, they cost quite a lot, or they're usually out of reach from normal retail people. And that's something that we want to solve. I don't think it's right that if you're very rich, you have all the possibilities to diversify your portfolio. When I said diversify your portfolio, I mean that you can actually buy these exclusive diamond deals or exclusive watches or things that are very luxurious and that cost a lot. But actually, if you would buy it, there's cars. And if there's cars, they usually go up in value. And that means that if you are rich, you have more possibilities than any other human out there, which is not right. And this is something that we're trying to teach people. And also, that's why we're building these investment pools, so we can all pool together and diversify and grow our wealth.
Another quick question. Are we likely to invest in any new and upcoming crypto or another projects that are looking good in you? I mean, I know fuck all about crypto, so you guys will need to do all that. How do you find it, and will you be going into it, and will it be another pool?
Yeah, so that's something that we've been thinking. Like, eventually we could raise for tokens. Like, that's not the problem. And what's beautiful with this investment pool is that we don't have to just have real world assets. Like, it's something that we definitely want to do at the moment, because we want to educate people that, hey, like, you don't have to have all your tokens in a very risky asset class. Like, it's very lucrative to build your portfolio with different assets like watches, gold coins, and so forth. But of course, if you guys want so to say other token projects, we do have deal flow already for that. And maybe in the future, next year, we will do our own DAO. And with the help of the DAO, we will start buying out these different companies that come to our platform, because we can see already that some of these companies are very lucrative. And if we would have more capital and more bigger LPs behind us, let's say we would have a very, very big community now, we could actually buy them out, put someone in charge of them, grow them up a little bit more, and then resell them. And basically the distribution of the profits would go to the DAO. And this is something that I'm trying to teach a lot of VCs and maybe also this community. Like, we have alpha already. Like, we have deals that are not out there, which is very exclusive. And if you have in crypto alpha or a very exclusive deals, you usually make money. And that means that eventually, if we have a DAO that can buy out these different companies, that's a very powerful thing that we can build our wealth and build this community with. Like, for example, let's say we would like to buy a media site. Usually people that own media in crypto are very powerful. They control the news narratives, and they can control usually how people think in crypto. So we have already media sites that are basically on sale. And if we would have more capital, we would definitely buy them out. Just an example.
Once you buy them out, what will you do with it? I mean, if they're not succeeding with it, what makes you sure you will?
So these companies are usually they have revenue, like they are not without revenue. The problem is that usually these founders or owners, they don't have time for the project itself anymore. And that's also one problem that we're trying to solve, because there's no open order book in crypto. When I say open order book, that means a marketplace or a ledger, open ledger, where people can see the deals. If you don't have that, it's very hard as a founder to exit your different crypto project. And crypto has been around for more than 10 years now. That means that there's a lot of SaaS products, affiliate products, launch pads. Now we have NFT marketplaces and so forth. Some of these are very profitable, but like, imagine you as a business owner in traditional business, like you've been around for 5 years, some of these people have, and you just want to exit. That means that the asset what they have or the company that they built, it's still profitable. It just needs a little bit more taking care of and more activities. And I think this is something that we can together as a community do. And also I do have a lot of experience running different companies and so forth. I'm still investing myself. I'm still an angel investor. I'm part of a lot of different VC groups and so forth. Like, there's a lot of possibilities. People just have to learn to find these opportunities and find a different way of thinking.
Thank you, Jan. That's actually put my mind to rest a bit. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Come on, guys. Anyone else? You got to ask questions. You put money in this, ask questions. Pin them down for things. You know.
That's absolutely right. Please ask questions.
Yeah, and just to echo that, we have our Telegram channel. You can always post your questions there if you don't want to come up and speak. Also, we welcome you to say hello, and we welcome compliments as well.
I have a question for the community. What would be the main real-world asset that you guys would like to invest in? If you would have one asset that you guys would be very eager about, what would that be?
Cars.
Cars.
Yeah, that's just me and my ridiculous nature, though.
Okay, well, that's not bad. Luxury cars have gone up last year a lot, so it's not bad.
I wanted to
Anyone
ask you a
else?
question last week. Sorry to interrupt. I wanted to ask you a question last week. What sort of price do you see BTC coming down to?
Why does it have to go down?
Yeah, where do you think is that? I mean, I have a very good idea where I want to get in, but what's a good idea if you were to invest whatever money you have and you can see a quick bump coming up, then where would you get in?
This is not an investment advice, just so everyone knows. I'm not saying that, but I think we are in an accumulating phase at the moment. I think we're bouncing between 18 and 25K. I don't think we're going to go below 18. I think there's a lot of hedge funds, OTC deals happening behind the scenes that maybe retail people can't see because they're not in these OTC groups. But I would keep accumulating with in that range, 18 to 25. Like, that's very good. Like, I don't see a reason why we should go below 18, to be honest. Like, I just can't see it. This bear market is nothing. It's like every other bear market. The biggest difference maybe this bear market compared to others is that there's actually a very big liquidity crunch, right? And when I say liquidity crunch, I mean the Fed has been pumping up last year so much money, so everything went up. and now we're tightening, so the money is gone. But if you see if you see at the industry itself, we're still growing. There's a lot of fantastic founders, fantastic communities like Yield Labs that is still going forward. I don't see a reason this industry itself would collapse or would be taken away. But yeah, if you ask about the price, I think everything between 18 and 25 is very good in the longer term. About the Ethereum merge, I'm pretty controversial about it because I think it's again distributing most of the network to the rich, but that's just only me.
Thanks again.
And to provide you with my answer for your question about what kind of pools we're looking for, I'll echo Jem's response about cars, but specifically a Lamborghini. You know, just being a crypto degenerate, when Lambo is sort of the cliche. So if you can get like a fractionalized version of that when Lambo, and you're delivering that in the bear market, and people can say, "I got my Lambo," I think that's a win. So cars for me as well.
I mean, how will you make money on Lambos if everyone's going after it?
Exactly. So from a serious investment point of view, things are a bit different. Yeah.
I don't know. I think luxury cars overall appreciate over time quite a lot. Of course, you have to know the models. You have to know exactly what you're doing. Like Kevin said here before, early on with the watches, cars are the same. You have to know what you're investing in. But I think all these luxury items that are cars, they will become more and more lucrative moving forward. There's still a lot of luxury asset managers. There's a lot of people that have a lot of money. They're still diversifying. Hey, Steve.
All right, Jan, I don't see any questions trickling into the chat, and it doesn't seem like anyone is coming up on stage here with their questions. But if anything pops up down the line, the team and I are here to answer your questions.
Yeah, I think one more time. I think community, you guys have been fantastic at supporting us. We still need your guys' help to distribute our news, distribute our AMAs, and help us reach more people so we can build up a big community of investors, and we can as a community invest in different pools and get these investment pools up and running.
Yeah, exactly. And the team is hard at work, and we're going to be delivering some exciting community events to spread the word. And we're surely to have some major announcements, partnership announcements coming this week and then the following week. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. And we'll also be hosting another fireside chat, hopefully at the end of this week, as we intend to just be really transparent and keep all of you guys up to date through these chats.
Yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have. Always there if you guys want to reach out or anything else. Like, not a problem. And keep going with the questions. If you guys have anything, like, just ask.
Jan, have you thought about doing these on Spaces?
Twitter Spaces.
Yeah, just because then people can see, like, you get like the network effect, because you can see that, obviously Yield Labs is in, and it just shows that, that they're in a chat, and then they can see it and start to join, whereas this is a bit more sort of hidden.
We can definitely do that if you guys want to do it on Friday.
Yeah, I just thought it might be worth trying, just to see if we can get a few new people to join, and just people sort of poke their heads in and have a bit of a listen when it's on Twitter.
Sounds good.
Worth a try.
Yeah, Steve, that's a great idea. Yeah, we actually discussed that.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, that'd be great for reaching a new audience and hanging out with everyone on a different platform. Yeah, it's a great idea. Great, Jan. Then let's wrap things up. So I'll just thank you, Jan, for taking time out of your schedule to join us, and for everyone else who listened in and participated. And of course, your continued support, everyone, is just huge. So we appreciate that. And as I'm mentioning again, we're hosting these events twice a week. And yeah, in the meanwhile, between events, just DM myself, Diamond, or just through Telegram chat or Discord. Throw in your questions, and we'll be happy to answer any concerns or questions you have. So Jan, I'll just let you throw in the last words before we close off the event.
Yeah, I'm very excited. There's going to be a lot of launch pads announcing soon. Collaboration with them. There's going to be more people joining the community, and we will also have an exchange coming forward. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with the community so far. You guys have been excellent, and very excited with the Yield Labs partnership. I think you guys can bring a lot of things to our community and learn us things that you learned from the past bull run, what works and what not. But yeah, thank you, Kevin, and the rest of the team for supporting us, and hopefully get this launch in a good place.
Great. All right. See you guys next time, possibly on Twitter. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
끝났습니다. 네, 보통 이렇게 간단하게 끝납니다. 그래서 파이어사이드는 이제 캠핑에서 불 켜놓고 얘기하는 것처럼 뭐 담소 느낌이고 주기적으로 하는데 그냥 정기적인 보이스 챗이죠. 그래서 항상 시작은 Acquire.Fi 플랫폼 설명과 ACQ 토큰에 대한 기능을 간단하게 설명해주고 타임라인 얘기해주고 이제 지금은 이번 달 상장이니까 얼마 안 남았죠. 그래서 일주일에 2번이나 파이어사이드를 진행을 해주고 있죠. CEO 젠에 대한 얘기를 스스로 좀 해줬고 제가 던진 질문은 보다 보니까 업데이트 토크노믹스 8월 버전에서 스스로 답을 찾았습니다. 가격을 왜 올렸냐? Increased price for rounds private 2 and public actually is beneficial for early investors. 그러니까 선투자자들에 대한 우대를 더 해주려고 가격을 올렸대요. 변경값이 0.01달러인 거죠. 이상으로 오늘 9월 14일? 9월 13일이죠. 어콰이어파이 파이어사이드 챗 생방송 통역 마칩니다.